All right, let's just jump right in with something that's gonna sound completely wild. You don't actually see with your eyes. I know, that sounds crazy. But stick with me, because what you think of as sight is way stranger, and honestly, way more amazing than just having a little window to the world. We're about to pull back the curtain on how your own brain is basically a master magician, building the world you see from the ground up.
So let's put this to the test. Right now on your screen, there's a pretty famous face. Have a good look. Seems straightforward, right? But your brain is already up to something. Let's see if we can catch it in the act.
Okay, seriously, I want you to try this with me. If you're at your desk, just lean all the way back in your chair. If you're on a phone or a tablet, just start moving it further away from your face. Just keep your eyes on that picture and slowly, slowly back away.
Whoa, did you just see that? The face literally changed into someone else. Now, this isn't some video trick. The image itself is totally still. So what in the world just happened? The picture didn't change, but what you saw absolutely did. This is our first clue in a really cool mystery about how your mind works.
Okay, to figure out that first puzzle, we're going to need one more piece of evidence. So let's turn to a different illusion, one that's even more powerful. It really shows the secret machinery that's running inside your head all the time. This is the case of the face in the mask. So look, on the left, that's the real object. It's the inside of a mask. It's hollow, right? It goes in. But check out the right side. That's what your brain is forcing you to see. A totally normal face popping out at you. And the craziest part is, even when you know it's hollow, it is almost impossible to see it that way. And this is where it all starts to make sense. See, your brain has stored a lifetime of data, and it's learned a very simple rule. Faces pop out. They're convex. That one belief is so strong, so baked into your system, that it literally overrides the raw information your eyes are sending it. Your brain is basically telling your eyes, hey, thanks for the data, but you're wrong. I know what a face is supposed to look like.
So we have a face that changes when you back away from it, and a mask that just refuses to look hollow. These aren't just weird party tricks. They are both pointing to the exact same incredible truth, and it's this. Vision isn't really about seeing, it's about guessing.
You gotta think of it this way. Your brain isn't just passively sitting in a dark theater watching a movie of the outside world. No way. Your brain is the director of the movie. It takes in all this messy, incomplete, and often confusing information from your eyes, and in a fraction of a second, it builds its best guess of what's out there. What you experience as sight is the guess.
Now, there's actually a scientific term for this, and it's called top-down knowledge. Just think of your brain as this huge library filled with models of everything you've ever seen or experienced. So when new information comes in from your eyes, your brain doesn't start from zero. It quickly scans that library for a model that already fits, using everything it's learned in the past to make sense of right now.
So here's how it works step by step. First, your eyes just collect raw data. Light, colors, lines. It's really just a bunch of pixels. Then your brain instantly dives into its library of top-down knowledge. Next, it creates a prediction, a sort of hypothesis of what that jumble of data probably is. And finally, and this is the real kicker, what you actually perceive is the prediction, not the raw data itself. You're seeing the brain's finished story.
Okay, so now we have the secret key, this idea that sight is really just a prediction. With that, we can finally go back and solve the two mysteries we started with. Let's crack these cases.
Remember that changing face? It's called a hybrid image. When you're right up close, your eyes can grab all the fine, high-frequency details, the sharp lines that make up one person's face. But as you move away, you lose all that fine detail. All your eyes can get are the blurry, low-frequency shapes and shadows. And your brain, working with that new, blurrier data, just makes a different best guess. It's not being tricked, it's just making the best call with the information it has.
And what about the hollow mask? Well, this is a perfect example of that top-down knowledge in action. The data coming from your eyes clearly says this thing is hollow, but that powerful, pre-existing model in your brain just screams, nope, faces are never hollow. The odds of this being a normal, popping out face are almost 100%. And in that battle, the brain's prediction is so strong, it just completely overwrites what your eyes are telling it. Reality just lost the argument. What this all means is that seeing isn't something that just happens to you. It's an active, non-stop process of inference. Your brain is playing detective 24/7, constantly taking clues from your senses and weighing them against a lifetime of experience to construct what is most likely to be real. You aren't just seeing the world, you are literally creating your perception of it every single moment. Which of course leaves us with one last huge question to chew on. If everything you see is a kind of simulation, your brain's best guess built on your personal history, then what does the world really look like before your brain gets its hands on it?